We manage a few properties around central Queensland. The home property here at Bendemeer is used mainly for breeding bulls that then go on to be used in the commercial breeding herds at the other properties. We've been using control mating here at Bendemeer for getting close to 40 years now. It means we can have all our calves in a short calving period. The progeny that are produced are all of a similar age. So in 2 to 3 years' time, when you come to sell bullocks, you've got a number of cattle there that are all right for the market at the right time. We time our calving window so that the peak nutrition for the breeders is at the similar time to when the calves are starting to put a greater demand on the breeders. And this then means we can keep a decent body condition on our breeders and makes it easier for the breeders to get back in calf the following year.
Body condition scores are important. We need to have our cows in a body condition score of 3 or better at the end of the dry season when she's calving.
It's all about measure and manage and having the plan to go with it. With pregnancy testing, we can walk straight in there and say, yes, we're going to have an 80% pregnancy rate. So that means we should rescue something out of that of about 75% calving on the number of cattle we have got.
We want to organise joining so that calves are dropping 6 weeks before our green date. To calculate our green date, we use BOM data or Rainman data, and we look at when there's a 70% chance of receiving 50 millimetres over 3 days between the months of October and March. Control mating makes it easier for unproductive animals to be identified and culled. It is a useful tool to maximise production while matching grazing pressure to carrying capacity, which leads to healthier and more productive pastures, better ground cover, reduced sediment loss and improved water quality.
In the modern world of beef production in Australia, we have to be continually striving to better ourselves. We need to be aiming to improve year on year, looking for any way that we can improve the productivity and the efficiencies in our beef enterprise.
One of the big things we must take into consideration that once we've gone to the trouble of controlled mating and got everything lined up there, we've got to protect our investment, not only in the herd, but into our programs of what we are trying to achieve. The first thing we've got to do is get the cow in calf. We've got to make sure that they're going to go in calf, that we've eliminated all the obstacles. One of the big obstacles that does come in is the major reproductive disease of vibriosis, a venereal disease that is transmitted by bulls at mating from cow to cow. That is quite easily controlled as the vaccinations are available. But vaccinations are made there. Vaccines are made by companies for a specific purpose, and that is to be used. So vaccinate, vaccinate, vaccinate.
Pregnancy testing and fetal ageing are handy tools in the transition from having the bulls in all year round to a control mated herd. The herd can be drafted according to pregnancy status and how many months pregnant the cows are. Cows calving over the dry season can be sold pregnancy tested in calf, or if kept, segregated and supplemented with a protein and energy supplement separately from the main herd.
Control mating's not a new thing, it's been around for a number of years. As we move forward as an industry, we have to be continually looking for ways that can make us more competitive on the world stage. There's got to be a lot of time and energy spent looking inwards on your business and looking at ways that you can improve how we do things. And to us, control mating is just one tool in our tool belt that we can use that improves our business. I'm certain that we're able to get a lot better handle on the productivity of our herd because we use control mating, and I think that puts us in good stead for moving forward and hopefully facing the challenges that come our way in the future.
Cows calving October through to December are already in step and ready for the bulls. Cows calving late may need to be weaned early. A pregnancy test will also give you some information about how many calves to expect for budgeting purposes. rather than just pulling the bulls out and having no idea on the effects on future cash flow. If you need hand calculating your key dates, your joining dates to go control mating, please contact your local beef extension officer.